Hey guys, starting coming at you with another game of hardcore Minecraft. And just like the title says, today we are going to further engage with my inability to discern the reality of tridents. Are they real? How can they be real if I have never received one? These and other questions will be addressed. How best to put things into bundles? Why am I the way I am? None of this matters, right? The only thing that matters is that we're going to make some bread. And first of all, we need to get one more level of looting on the sword if we can. And it shouldn't be impossible to do it. We also need one more level of sharpness feasibly. So we'll just do a little bit of leveling up of things. We will try to clean the inventory up as much as possible. And no more. You never want to clean it up more than possible. Now I'm just going to put trash in here even though I shouldn't, because I want to get on going. Look, and we will close the door, and oh, one of the LAs wants to come inside. That's very nice. Alright, because the silly old cats, Tropa and Bella, well, Bella needs to get a little further over here because she is running all amok. But it is a good old morning to give Garuda his tribute. And now Hank has been having a good time hanging out here, but his purpose is being a cow dog. So we're gonna bring him back to the cow dog land. Come on, Hank. And we have these two LA that are gonna follow us around. And I guess we could give them, like, wheat. Oh my god. We could give them wheat, and then they would follow me around, and if I ever missed one, they would pick it up and bring it to me. Okay. I think I need to get, like, 1,000 of these for my survival world. They will fly over my wheat fields like bees. They will follow me like 1,000 wonderful fairies. And now, just a little bit more experience. Oh, we can take one roll immediately, and then we'll try some more. Let's just buy a sword or two. Our buff has gone away, but that was always going to happen. That's a novice weaponsmith. Is the real one with us anymore? Yes, he's still right here. So we'll get an unbreaking sword. We won't need more than one. Do I have lapis? No, it's all in the house. That's pretty annoying. I'm just going to buy some from the cleric because that will be several seconds faster. Hey, Sid. Except I don't know where the cleric is. Maybe I won't simply buy it from the cleric. Alright. Did I put any of my lapis in any of these chests? Why am I the way I am? These and other questions. Alright, I didn't put my lapis anywhere. But it's okay, it doesn't matter. It's all at home. We will do a run of experience first. But first we are bringing Hank back to the cow pen because he, of course, was happy that we kept him safe. But Hank wants to get back to his purpose, being a cow dog. And now Hank the noble cow dog can sit here and protect the cow dogs, as is his ancient habit. And we're going to get some mutton, not beef. Hank prefers to eat sheep. That's why he is a cow dog and not a sheep dog. Alright, he's in good shape. Now that we know about the tail thing, we'll be able to always keep Hank nice and happy. I need some wheat to breed up cows. Maybe. How many are there? There are only like 220 or so, so probably one more round of breeding first. Hank indeed is the best cow dog. He's the only dog with a job or a name. But of course we have Philosopher Dog, and when that sits there contemplating the axolotl that whirl in a circle like the spirits of old. Alright, an iron golem has appeared again in the sheepfold. Nature is healing. Don't know why I thought maybe Lapis would be in here. We are going to get... Nah, I mean, we've had a lot of cows for a while. I don't think we've had only 50 cows for quite some time. One of these days I want to mess around with rails, but not right now. Right now we're just going to bring the hay out to the fencing. I won't need any of this stuff for the journey. We're already all the way set up for practically everything. The only thing we need is lapis, and I want to bring all of it that we have. No, this is enough for like 20 enchants. We don't need to bring all of it. Oh, Garuda says, hey, this is an outrage, Garuda. I wish you wouldn't get so antsy just because I didn't pay you your tribute immediately. I know that is not tradition. Here are your seats, sir. He's so antsy. But you know, it's his right. He's the boss. So, it's really my fault. We now have 8 Hearts of the Sea, for all that's worth. And we're going to bring some diamonds outside. I actually don't know where all my diamonds are. They might have been stolen for all I know, because I thought I had a ton, but maybe they're all in the chest out there by the... Oh, they're all right here. Apparently I keep the diamonds in this chest with the cake and the eggs and that kind of stuff. I totally got to make a roller coaster. A what? Now that is interesting. That's very interesting. I was just thinking about how because you know, if you could put a minecart on a track and like send it pretty far, which I imagine you can, then what I need to do is like start building rails like as soon as I play the game, and then I can get my bundles and put them into minecarts and then like ship them off to my house, and then inventory management will never matter ever again. These are the kind of dreams I have. Such as they are. Oh, and I brought the TNT with me. Great. You know, we're going to go back in the house one more time before we leave to say goodbye to everybody. So, alright. Fire aspect, which we don't want at all. We should use books, but we don't have any books on us. They're probably all at home. You know, in a way, whenever I'm at home, it's great. But you know, whenever I'm here... Ah, never mind, yeah. Obviously, I should just move the books into the proper chest. Hi, Renee. Yes. So, for the shield I never use... Alright, so this could give us Luck of the Sea, Efficiency 4, or Unbreaking 3, but we're going to put it on the shield, and then we will have an Elite Shield. Next up, can I get the sword I want? Prot 3, Projectile Protection 2. We'll just try to roll the sword and see what we get. Garbage. Unbreaking 3, Mending Shield. I have frankly never, ever felt better about my prowess as a Minecraft player. This is what it's all about right here. You know, looting 3 for the sword before I go on this quest that's going to drive me insane. It won't. I'll give up before I get upset, I promise. But that is basically all the prep we're gonna do. Now we'll throw some of the annual parts into chests and then do like a chicken breed round, and then maybe we'll have enough. Maybe. That golem is contemplating his choices. This seems... Alright, how many chickens? Probably like 500-ish. Nah. Hard to say. Maybe like 450. That's a good amount. Not really enough. We'll do another round of breeding, and then we'll do a cull after this one. Yeah, because I think that's just going to be about all the eggs. So yeah, it would be a little excessive to end it already. Excessive. By what metric? By absolutely what metric? As we invite all of their terrifying beady eyes to rush in on us once more. By what metric is this not enough chickens? Well, by the one that I internally have decided to go with. And although you may not be able to hear the wonderful tinging sound of experience rings in my ears, you know, people have those soundboards for random sound effects, and normally I hate that so much, and I think it's just like really tacky. And anyway, it's not to my taste, but if I had one that just made the experience sound whenever people were like having a good thing happen, I think that would be all right. I don't think that would be tacky. We're gonna eat some bread. And we've probably nearly got most of the experience orbs that are down, because there's a limit on how many it'll let you pick up at any given time. There we go. We get some more. The amount of chickens is leading to cram, which we can see clearly denoted by the fact that I'm taking damage, and by the fact that there's chicken parts showing up on the ground. But we're just going to get out of their way a little bit. We won't be taking cram like native. We just have to make sure that we don't have wheat seeds in our hand and they won't be pushing in on us too much. Alright, so great success. We're going to take these seeds with us because that is what we're supposed to do. Alright, and now with an absolutely elite shield, we'll be able to begin our journey. We are so close to level 30. So we'll just go get it right now. I'm relatively confident that we should get it from this sheep pen. If not, that we can go back over to the cows and shuffle some of them off. There we go. And now we just have one more chance. And it's going to give us fire aspect 2, and I don't want that. We have one more chance. Well, we could get sweeping edge, which means we could also get something else good. It could even give, like, aqua affinity for the helm. It just gives sweeping edge 3, which we already have. I don't think 4 exists, but we can try to cram it on right now. It makes the exact same sword, but it does take experience to do it, so that's cool. Pretty sure you can't put it on an axe or anything, but we might as well look. No, you cannot. We're going to run by the house. We did not get looting 3. But I think, you know, it's sort of a failure of imagination for me to think that looting 3 would even matter. Because tridents are either real or they're not real, probably. And we're just going to have to determine that. There's only one way to do it. And I know you're saying there's several ways, more than one way to do it, but I can only think of one. We're going to go into the ocean and fight. It's going to be great. You'll see. You'll all see. But we are going to try to get these LAs inside. We did have a great time with our Air Force going and gallivanting around the world, but one of them was hurt, which was a cause of great sadness. We have 24 TNTs now, and 24 redstone blocks, a recipe for disaster, but there's not going to be a disaster. All there's going to be is me trying incredibly desperately to manage my inventory in a way that is respectable. Who knows how it'll work out. Can I fit hay bales in there? Oh, man. Okay, so since hay bales fit in there, this is actually a very good way to carry a ton of food along with you. So, good deal. It's about time for us to head out. We've got our spyglass. We got our archaeology brush. We don't really need a door. We won't need a second brush. If we do, we'll just go get one. I could also fish to get a trident. That would be humorous. Well, I do have luck of the sea a couple of times. Luca. Goodbye, Garuda. Use the best. I should put the seeds here where they're supposed to go. I should put like a lot of seeds here. It'll only last through one round, of course. We should have all the different kinds of seeds. That way I won't be able to mess it up. The second funniest joke you've ever heard in your life was me saying that I wouldn't be able to mess it up. But the funniest one, clearly that one. Very clearly. Alright, Baby Moosh, I believe it's your turn to have a bite. Good old bite for Baby Moosh. Hello, Doug. Goodbye, Doug. The best of Dougs. Ah. A pitcher plant. Which I will plant here by the riverside before we head on out. And we're just going to go to the Great Warm Ocean. I do need a designated seed chest. Just fill it up entirely, and then I'll be relatively unlikely to ever be able to make that mistake again. Relatively. Alright, so there's nothing else I could possibly need. Right? Right. Buckets? I didn't have any buckets. We will want 2 buckets. 2 is the traditional number. In case we get into any shenanigan, 2 will let us make a water source. Shears we could make. Iron. I just don't think we're going to need iron for anything. And if we do, we'll get some. I don't have any wood at all. And that is not a good practice. So I'm just going to go grab a few. And, you know, we'll need to make a boat also. Because clearly I left my boat on the other side of the island. I do not dare you to cut your hair. I got a haircut today. You know, it was cheap, but that guy sure can talk a lot, though. I cut my own hair. That was my joke about cutting my own hair. When you aim for the very bottom setting, all you have to do is make sure that you don't cut your head with the clippers, and it's all fine. But it's time to traverse out into the ocean. We're just going to go into the normal ocean out here by Everest, and we'll, because it's a really large ocean, and if we can't find enough drowned, then we'll go around and mess around further in other places. But I think, you know, especially at nighttime, but if you go far enough down, you can find drowned like in fairly big numbers. But hey, I don't have to look ridiculous. I choose to look this way. I could look normal anytime I wanted. Well, not normal, but, you know. The mustache is actually, like, there's a reason why it's a great disguise, right? With the nose and the mustache. You can't even tell that I'm wearing one of those right now because the glasses are invisible. But, like, when people see me walking, all they see is the mustache. They don't see the madness beneath. You know, they don't see this person who's just, like, desperately trying to get through the day without being awkward. They're like, what a huge mustache, what a weirdo. And bam, I'm already gone. They can't see me anymore. The mustache works. Luigi's not bald. I had some cool Mario and Luigi socks once, and then I upset a lot of people because I would sometimes wear them mismatched, and they would get mad. They would be like, you have to choose a side, and I would say, no, I don't. I don't have to do anything. I don't even have to hit these squids with a sword. I'm going to, though. for more glow ink, not because, like, they did anything wrong. We are not going to hit the turtle. I don't think they drop anything, but I don't want to find out. It's sort of like, I don't know. There's some animals in the game I just don't want to find out if they drop loot. I don't want to find out if pandas drop loot. I don't want to find out if dolphins drop loot, you know. I don't know. I don't know how I justify that. Because normally I can put up with, like, a lot. I'm not, like, a squeamish guy in terms of, like, video game freedom. But if you were like, oh, in Minecraft you can, you know, fish up the dolphins, I would say, okay, you are no longer pitching me this game. I don't want to do that. I cannot find any zombies. We need to go into the open ocean. These caves are useless. Either that, or we need nighttime, or both. But the open ocean will give us many more opportunities to attract the drowned. So that is where we will go. And it'll give us what we've always principally wanted, which is a way to look at Everest from far away. Sometimes polar bears drop fish or anything boats. Yeah, see, we're like, finding out if polar bears killed loot, that wouldn't be like a thing that raised my eyebrows. Although there's not a lot of polar bears in the world. I don't know. It's well, the polar bear would be a sporting fight, right? If there was a hippo in Minecraft, I'm sure that they might drop, you know, leather or whatever, but that you would be in for some real trouble. But I just, you know, I think that's a little bit interesting, at least. How we culturally assign values to things. Like, some things are appropriate to exploit. Oh yeah, the dolphins interact with my speed a lot. A trident! It's a trident! And we're gonna swim around. Oh, I'm the fastest. Sprint in and then strike. Give me the trident. I must have it. Alright, so he didn't have one, but there's a lot more drowned here, and that's very exciting. Alright, so we'll at least be able to get more Nautilus shells, or not. Okay, and also, I have to remember that the dolphins make my speed hilarious because of my boots, so I need to be quite ginger with my motions. Alright, so we can get drowned spawns down low enough because it's dark, even though it's still daytime-ish, because I saw one pop into being over here, or rather several. So we're in a good spot. 4 air bubbles left. And yeah, we'll just go down here and we'll farm drowned here on the ground, because it looks like this is the place, right? We'll just go down to the baseline and come up every minute or two and probably not drown. And because they're not very bright, they'll just array themselves in a useful way. You know, before I ran into my first few drowned, if I hit a dolphin, it will attack me. Well, I'll have to do my best to try to not hit the dolphin. It would make me very sad to have to hit it. Like, well, you know, like a bee. I didn't want to hit a bee the time I hit a bee. But they had it coming. Only had themselves to blame. So this experiment will give me a good idea of drowned and how often they spawn with various things. The good news is they spawn very regular, including during the daytime, and you don't have to set anything up for it. It looks like all you need to do is find an appropriately deep ocean or river. And then engage them in marine combat. It'll be a nice, peaceful, dark video. This one's got a nautilus shell. Yeah. And now I have a nautilus shell. Alright. Instead of doing what we're doing, we're going to be more thoughtful about this. Not much. All I want to do is look at one stat. Right now, I killed 105 drowned. I've never been killed by drowned. Y'all probably knew that second one, though. I actually knew that one off the top of my head, too. I wasn't going to, like, do a quiz and make it a huge thing. Some other fun stats: I've never been killed by cow. I have never been killed by pig. But we're not going to go through all that. But we've killed 105 drowned, and that will be an interesting baseline. We know that we killed somewhat more than 5 beforehand, but we'll just pretend that we didn't kill more than 5 right now, and that will be the base for killing drowned for this excursion. How many until we get a trident with looting 2? I'm not going to count every one of them out loud. I briefly thought it could be amusing, and then I thought to myself, do you think they need you to prove that you know numbers in a row? And I decided that you did not. I figured you would believe me if I just said that I knew all the numbers in a row. So I hope you will take my word for it. But if you want proof, maybe some other time when I do a wheat stream. I do love the planting of wheat. But this is like, this right here, this in my opinion, this is peak live streaming material. You know, just a very peaceful, silly thing where I don't have to engage very much with the gameplay. And I can, don't waste my time with the drowns. They don't hold anything because they don't drop anything. Well, is it a waste though? Does mob density affect the spawning of other mobs? Or is it just a way of keeping score? After all, waste. They drop stuff. They drop nautilus shells. Well, not the ones that aren't holding anything, you're right. They drop rotten flesh that I habitually throw away and call useless. Okay, I'm not doing a good job selling this. Let me think of another one. They drop copper, I think? Yeah, you know. But really, it's just, I guess I could move further out across the ocean rather than farming this one area. Which would be practical, because as fun as it is for me to swim in circles, we could also adventure. Like adventure back to the boat. In the course of this, we might find more drowned. It's possible. But really, if we kill... I mean, I've used it before. I have built a lightning rod, several lightning rods. I have built a brush. This thing looks kind of weird. We're gonna go. Probably boring. And also, no drowned. You know, the area I was at had way more drowned than this did. So, do you like the music? Yeah, me too. So much of this for YouTube music I actually really quite enjoy listening to. Although, like, through most of my life, I wasn't really like an electronica kind of guy. But now I quite like this whole sort of, you know, chill wave, synth wave, lo-fi hip hop. Although this isn't really that, but you know, just all of those little subgenres and stuff. Once I started listening to those, I liked basically all of them. But I was like, you know, like an emo kid in high school. This is like pre My Chemical Romance, so like emo in like 2001 and 2 was a very different landscape than it was in like 06 or 07. But, you know, still very focused around black t-shirts that had skulls on them and stuff. Like, absolutely the same in that regard. But less widespread and popular. But, you know, and then, like, punk and that kind of thing. So I was, like, very lyrically driven, and I didn't like electronic music, you know, like, I didn't respect it. It wasn't raw enough for me, you know, it wasn't real in my head. And now it's a lot of what I listen to, even though I still like all the stuff that I used to like back in my day. I mean, not all of it. Not all of it. But there's plenty of things that I used to listen to in my high school days that I still think were wonderful and that I was totally right about it. But it's not always the stuff I thought was best then. We're just going to search around for some drowned for a second. Ah, yes, we have found an archaeological site. And that's better than drowned, because we'll just work on it, and then drowned will probably be annoyed that we exist and come and see us. This gravel is suspicious, you can tell by the way it is. You know, I bet I could just regen through it, but it would make me take damage eventually. We get an emerald. I won't say boring, we should be grateful for the blessings of emeralds. We get another emerald. Boring. And what will be behind curtain number 3? Another emerald. I mean, yay, another emerald. Woo! Just like we always wanted. Bunch of coal, luck of the C3. Well, you know, if this honest trident hunting doesn't work out, we can always try the luck of the C3. We're gonna go up and get some breath real quick. And then back to the depths, I saw a couple suspicious gravels here. Here's one. Looks like we're getting a pottery shard out of this. The best drop, unless they have CDs. I know they're record players. You probably already know this before I say it. I might have already said it before, but I have a record player. I don't have like a massive record collection, but it's not like a good one. It's mainly like stuff that I found for affordable prices. I haven't done it for like my whole life or anything. It's just been like the last few years thing. But it's probably not surprising to you, since I think it very much tracks with my general facts of life. Alright, that's most of the gravel that I'm seeing instantly apparent there. So we're going to find the next part of the site, which is right there. No, not down. Curious. Is this the one I was just at and I'm an idiot? Yes! And that is how easily I get turned around. It's fine. This one has a lot of gravel on the top, so we're going to chip it down, but you know, safely. Actually, this just appears to be archaeological and it's just gravel on top. That is funny. Read that totally wrong from the view. It really is masquerading pretty heavily there. This archaeological site appears to just be a solo one, which, you know, I guess they do. Well, I went archaeologying, and we found 2 plenty pottery shards, which now show up as having a rarity on them, and 1 explorer pottery shard, which has a little ship with a flag on it, maybe, so that's cool. But we haven't killed that many more. We have killed only 7 drowned since we started keeping track. Yeah, Sid, the turning of the world, I find it pretty annoying too sometimes, although, as you no doubt have experienced, it can sometimes feel pretty silly to complain about it. You're like, why is the day not longer? And then, like, someone at my work will, like, try to patiently explain to me how the planet works, and I'll say, no, I know. I know. But I'm just glad that it's somewhat of a decent temperature outside now whenever I get off work. So I work in a kitchen, right? And in Arkansas, for, like, the whole summer long, you get out, and even if you get out of work at 11 o'clock at night, it's still going to be 90 degrees, which is miserable, and this is cool. This is so cool. Alright, how will we find our way back here? We just will. We'll just find our way out, because it's fine. But this is insane! First of all, diamonds. Second of all, a lot of diamonds. Third of all, how far down is this? And fourth, where are all the drowned? Shouldn't they be defending this place? A skeleton rattles, but where are all the drowned? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Diamonds! We've got fortune, so we're gonna expect a lot. Oh yeah. Elite. Oh, I swapped it, so I was bashing my my Totem of Undying against it. Not calculated to have a great time. And these are iron or gold, can't see which, it's just iron. But we've got another diamond vein here, and then another diamond vein there, unless they intersect with each other, so. And not just any diamond vein, this is like a 6 or a 7 panel. But I'm actually going to walk into this space and get air, so easy peasy. $26 diamonds out of this, but Fortune 3 is very powerful as an enchant and very noticeable. So a nice diamond hit. And I guess with that in mind, we're just going to zoom around a little bit more. Lapis, lapis. And if we had the good water mining thing, that would be slightly faster, but it's still fine, right? It's all fine. We're just going to eat some underwater bread. That is a thing that people do. And go around looking for more diamonds, mayhaps. Is this gold? No, not gold. Redstone, yes, we'll hit that to light it up, but not to mine it. We'll come back for that later, or never, as I prefer. Secondarily, how are there no drowned down here? Diamonds! There's a skeleton somewhere. Don't care. But I can't find this drowned to save my life. Yeah, this cave is really something. And not least, like, how safe it is too, right? Because I haven't seen basically a drowned down here the whole time. So this is just a cave that was a source of tons of iron, good amount of gold if that's your thing. You've even got redstone, and then several nodes of diamonds. I mean, I wouldn't have got 36 diamonds without fortune, but I would have gotten 12 or 15. About to take some breathing damage. No, I think we'll get there just in time. It wouldn't be that much at a time anyway, but you know, you never want to take it for free. And yeah, it just kind of keeps on going, doesn't it? So in conclusion, we will never ever find our way out the way that we came in, but all roads lead to Rome and all that, so it won't be the end of the world or nothing. Also, how have we not seen a single drowned down here? Is this just like a cave where they don't dare to tread? Is there a sea monster I'm gonna encounter? Eerie noise? I don't love that. Alright, so here we're gonna be able to get up. The kelp was my clue there because kelp meant that we should be able to see like an exposed ocean surface. And we'll see how far down we are away from our boat, or if it's visible at all anymore. Well, it's right here by this shipwreck, and what a wild time it was. Yeah, we're just, you know, I don't know where the boat is, but we can't be terribly far from where we left it, because Everest is right there. We're just going to go underwater and make a boat and continue on with our mission. A drowned. Finally, we found another one. Yeah, that trench is wild. Very interesting stuff. But now I have a boat, and night falls, and it's time for us to fight a lot more drowned. I bet we'll find tons this night. Just an inspiring amount of them, and we'll kill them so that we can keep track. And, you know, to make the ocean safer. And because we were afraid for our life. Or whatever. But mainly, so that we can keep track. The dolphin speed pushes us bravely around the ocean. We have a boat in our inventory, and that's good. That'll be fine. Let's swim over in the direction of this village, and then we'll throw a chest of trash over there. We'll swim underwater, of course, giving us better visibility for potential foes. This time of day, they should be spawning just everywhere. And yet, where are they? Another way down into the trench, potentially there. It's all over, and all of it undefended. The skeletons are just, like, phoning it in. Skeletons, the drowned, the zombies, they are not made of bones. They are also not made of tridents, more's the pity. I could get on a boat, but I would think this would be a better way to see zombies, if there were zombies. But are there zombies? There's an archaeology site. That's the same as a zombie, right? We're just gonna get a little bit of breath, and then we are gonna go right down and start archaeologizing. And that was a little, oh, you can see you brush with the brush. That's funny. And there's one here. It's sort of hard to see with the dark, but not terribly once you get an idea for the exact way that the block is going to look. Even in the dark, I can see the pattern pretty alright, so. And there's one right there. I might have a full inventory now. I do. Alright, so we're just going to put a chest over here and put all the trash in it and then never come back to it again. But it's not the same as throwing anything away. We wouldn't want to be wasteful after all. And after all, what if I come back this way again and I want some gravel and cracked stone bricks and stuff of that nature? I don't know why it doesn't want me to have a trident. Is it because the world knows it'll make me really happy? You think it's holding out to make me want it more? The world sometimes does that. Alright, that's all the suspicious ones that are jumping out to me there. But yeah, once I got to a different angle, I could see that these clearly are suspicious also. 2 air bubbles left. I think that gives me plenty of time for both of these to get brushed, and then we can make our way to the surface. Just as we would be about to take damage. 1 bubble of damage. Careless. Well, I don't know what we've been getting out of it. But I'm sure it's better than not doing it at all. That was a little bit of squinting archaeology in the dark. Now it's time to get into the boat unless I have it in my inventory. I have it in my inventory. We're just going to go underwater, and look for more drowned. Yeah, I spent all the luck today on... What? What is this? Okay, it's just a weird thing. It's not like... I thought for a second that it was a shipwreck that had been created right there in the middle, and I was going to be a little outraged at how lucky I was, even though I have no trident. Alright, so what item plopped there? The glowing sack. So I think, yeah, they can fall down and they still get burned. You could probably think of something with that. Diamonds! But, you know, now that I'm seeing that there are very few drowned in these chasms, or at least my current experience seems to indicate that, I can see how they could be very, very lucrative bets in the early game if they pay off. Because you don't lose anything by exploring it unless you die. And then, well, if you die, nothing's safe. And other helpful aphorisms. Really is a cool trench, though. Oh, and it starts right here. Alright, so this would go under the landmass. No? Just inside here, and then a big cave. Just a continuation of this, but the water gets broken, so we'll help it out some. Creeper hisses. The creeper heard that I needed an engineer and decided to help us engineer this waterfall a little bit. But the one thing we're probably not going to find there are drowned, so once more into the deep. Diamonds? No, lapis. Did I bring any torches? No. Alright, we're not trying to go in there anyway. There are not going to be zombies of the drowned variety. Focus. Laser focused. Every time I see... Alright, so that squid disappeared. Pretty funny how fast you move with the dolphin. Pretty funny how I had a place with a lot of drowned and thought, I'll try out more. You know, we'll just head back to that section and see if we can get more of that luck with the spawns. And maybe, you know, find an opportunity for archaeology or two along the way. Well... Oh, guys, I'm going to take a little break, just like a 2-minute break, and then we'll be right back, and we'll pick up with more trident farming, and we'll try to determine whether or not they're real. Right now, it's uncertain, but I think if we do another thing, and we could always fish. Like it says, you know, we could fish in the daytime, and then when night falls, we could jump into the deep and try to fight them. Also, there will be phantoms to deal with at some point, but we'll deal with that at a later time. But I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Alright, we returned to your regularly scheduled programming, and, well, maybe we should try out that old fishing pole. It's got the luck of the sea. So we'll fish just a little bit here and see if that'll turn our luck around. So to fish, one just waits for little bubbles to go up to it. And I guess luck will make us luckier. There's also lure, which probably makes them more lured. And then unbreaking and mending, that we definitely know what they do. Alright, so I have acquired fishy business. We got a rock cod. That's a good fish. This is what it's all about. I used to fish all the time in World of Warcraft. I would wake up in the morning and get coffee. Oh, tropical fish. Wonderful. I would wake up in the morning and get coffee, and then I would just run up and down the beach in this one zone that was peaceful. It was like underleveled, and it wasn't like PvP enabled for my faction, so nobody could fight me unless I wanted to fight them. And I would just run up and down the beach, and I would pick water. I would pick flowers in the water, and I would pick flowers on the a book. A book of knockback too. All right, well, you can get books this way, so that's interesting. But and then there'd be little pools of water, and you could fish, and I would use the ingredients to make these potions called free action potions that made you immune to getting stunned, or rather slowed down, and or immobilized, like held still. You could still be stunned, but that's like a whole different effect. And I was obsessed with these things. I had thousands of them, just thousands. And it wasn't, I might have missed one there, but they weren't like easy to just get. I mean, you had to go through a little bit for them. They weren't like massively expensive, but I would wake up, I would listen to music, I would be chatting with my friends and running up and down the beach. We get a pufferfish. And yeah, there's been lots of times in video games where the fishing mini games I found particularly fun, but lots of times just like mini games in general can be a blast. I can think of many games where, you know, the mini games became my primary interest, at least for a while. But we're gonna go around in the deep real quick and see if there's any drown to fight, and then maybe get back to fishing after that. Oh, I was seeing my my breath meter, and I thought it was the food meter for a moment. I was trying to eat my underwater bread. It wasn't working. A trident! We must chase him. Perhaps it is real. Miss me. Miss me twice. Mine. I don't think that's a trident. Is this rotten flesh a trident? Alright, so time to look for another. But the good news is we finally found another drown. Because it had been a minute. But this is like, is this the abyssal shelf that we were fighting on, or was it sort of closer to the other side of Everest here? Yeah, I think it was like sort of like over right in there. And that was a really good zone for the drowned. So we're going to go back in that direction. And then we can fish on like the coast of Everest, which is a prettier place to fish, I think, than where we were. Not that there was anything wrong with where we were. But also, if we're over here and fishing, if we put stuff into a chest, we actually will come back around again. This is our principal method of entering the ocean, after all. So if we put a chest down like by that waterfall, we'll look at it. If we put a chest over here, we'll look at it. And if we find another drowned with a trident, maybe he'll let me have it. It's hard to say. What? Oh, a pufferfish. I was about to get real upset. I was like, I'm being struck by a witch. There's this massive gravel shelf here. Oh, it's a stony shore. That makes sense. Which I would have known by looking at it maybe, but it doesn't exactly read as one because it's at the base of a mountain. This song has a nice mournful sort of feeling to it right now, which feels appropriate. Not that I'm feeling mournful, I feel hopeful, you know. I bet the next round I see is going to have a trident and then not drop it. I don't think he's not going to have one at all, though. Well, we're going to go to the shore and start fishing a little bit. Then we'll do a little run and we'll just repeat that a little bit and see. I guess we could make a little fishing platform. That's what we'll do. We'll make a small fishing platform in the middle of the ocean out of our random blocks. We'll probably acquire some more random ones. And then we'll be like in the middle, right? And that'll encourage drowned to spawn around us. And probably as soon as we do all of that, we'll jump down, find one drowned, and get a trident from him. Because the thing, too, is that the world, it doesn't always reward dedication and bravery and stuff, but it can. It definitely can. But you'll never know if it's going to reward you for bravery and dedication unless you exhibit some. And I know you're saying to yourself, how is building a platform to fish on in the middle of the ocean brave? Well, I'll show you. First of all, I had to go and mine copper, and by copper I mean gravel, by hand, and pick it up by hand. We didn't have any of these things. We didn't have modern contrivances. We didn't even have a drown defense system. We would just hit copper and then drown would show up. We would have to hit the drowned. You know, this is before the Union came, so we didn't have a better arrangement for keeping the drowned out. But now that we've got our gravel, alright, I'm like, how can I get going up? There we go. Alright, good news. We've got a little fishing platform. Do we have a light for it? No, not technically. Did I throw all of my coal away because I didn't need any torches? Yes. Yes, I did. I'm glad we're still bringing that kind of thing up. My boots? What on earth made them fall off? Okay, well, I got them now. Oh, that would have made me one salty boy. A lot of work went into those boots. By hand, indeed. Alright, so. Time to fish for some drowned. No, like, I didn't even think that. Just because they couldn't have, because they've been too good about not taking a ton of unnecessary damage, right? Like, I've only taken a couple magma hits per cycle, if that. I've only taken a couple of breath hits at all. Like, it's not like I've been taking dozens and dozens of hits. And I've got mending, too, so... Not that any of that would have protected me. Yeah, I don't know how I did it. I might have, whenever I was moving stuff into the inventory, like, you know, jammed my hand on top of the thing that I definitely didn't want to do. Alright, so I've killed too many drowned, and now no more want to spawn in this ocean. I guess we're going to have to go to another ocean. Well, you know what? We don't have to go to another ocean. We don't even have to keep on looking for drowned. I thought those three were drowned, and I was about to say, aha, but they're just squid. So I made a nice platform to fish from in the middle of the ocean, but then I lost it. Which doesn't matter. Could always make another one, and then, I don't know, drop my scarf into it or whatever. There's a drowned there, but does he have something in his hands? Looks like a nautilus, maybe? Yes. So, you know, not great, not terrible either. We now have enough nautiluses to build that conduit thing, which I've never done before, so that could be cool. Don't know why, but somebody said it did stuff. It might have been Natasha, actually. It was a long time ago, and I found my first Heart of the Sea and was like, I don't know what any of this does. Alright. So not for the first time, I ask, are tridents real? Well, I'm gonna make one. We're gonna go home and make one, and we'll see if the tooltip says what it does, or if somebody tells us. We'll put it at a place like... A conduit makes it sound like it does, like, electricity, but a conduit for air is also a thing, or a conduit for, you know, heat or whatever, but... We could place it in the river, and then it would be like, you know, like if it attacked our enemies, it would protect the dock at home or whatever. honest. I would think that I'd be seeing more drowned just generally out and about, but I don't have like a perfect concept for how common they are, right? And it now appears that maybe they're not the most common mobs in the world. There's been so many times, I mean, not in this world really, but like before this one, where I would get so nervous being underwater, but also if I just had the subtitles, I think it would have helped, because a lot of my fear of the drowned was not knowing when they were around, right? And now it's a lot easier, because if there's a gurgle of the ocean, that's one kind of problem, but that if there's a gurgle of a drowned, now I need to pay attention to that and address that. But knowing that it's there, a whole different feeling. Like, where are all of them at? They have to be somewhere. I mean, they don't. I don't want to, like... I don't want to put too fine a point on it, but they clearly don't have to be anywhere. Hey, Black Bear. Well, world's been good. Tridents aren't real, and other than that, everything is fine. Whoa, okay. Drown throws trident, you say? Now you have my attention, sir. Give me the trident. Give it to me. So, in conclusion, are tridents real? And how can they be real if I have never seen one? These and other questions will be addressed in today's episode, because we can't figure out if tridents are real until we see one, and we haven't. You know, they don't exist as far as we've seen, but I have to believe that they could still be out there somewhere. And maybe in the future we'll be able to figure out if tridents are real. Because it's like anything. You can't prove. Yeah, I have looting too. Another level of looting would help more. But I only have 2 right now. We have killed like 6 levels of drowned. Not that many. We've only killed like 30 or maybe 50 drowned since we started this encounter, so it's not really that many. I would have killed more, I just didn't have access to them. But we'll go home. It'll be time to do a chicken cull, and we'll get another couple of attempts to roll looting 3 or sharpness 5. You actually think fishing might be my only hope? You know, we can fish when we get home too. We'll make the conduit. We'll learn about fishing. You know, that mountain was really cool because it was tall, but I've really definitely put my own fingerprints on it. We find a couple. They are not bearing anything. Underwhelming. We're gonna go down in here to get a little magma breath. Or rather, I thought I saw one. Any more? No, it does not. Does not really appear so. But the good thing is this doesn't actually bug me, and I don't think it would start to either, even if it went on for like a comically long amount of time. So maybe that's what I'll do all day tomorrow. Just fish and try to kill drown to get a trident. If we kill like a lot more drowned without getting one, then I'll just have to like find a counter, and that'll be fun. It's been 110 years since I've gotten a trident. That kind of thing. We're going to make our way home. We're going to pick up some nautilus shells. We're going to make a conduit. We're going to see what it does. Hopefully it won't electrocute us. Level up some, try to get looting 3, and then see about leveling up a cartographer a little bit, see what we need. If we could just do it with emeralds, then we'll just do that. But if we need to like get some materials for the baseline ones, like we need a lot of paper or something, work on planting some sugarcane. But it'll be all right. It'll probably work out. We're gonna take this canal side in. Because it is closest to the house. And that is where we will want to go. Like, no, the canal is like right here. Yeah, it was not clearly marked. I just needed to remember that it started there. Normally I would put like cobblestone or some kind of stone on the sides of the canal and make it all even at least a little bit, but you know, that could come later. What I think we can all be happy about is that that horse is no longer inside of the canal. What a nice horse in a field where he belongs. That's actually not the same horse. The other horse had smaller dot patterns. The horse on the hill, that's the one. But at least he has learned. The Great Boat Dock, identified by all of the boats that we put on top of it. And we return home. Hey boss, got your seeds. $40 diamonds on that run. $40 diamonds, and all I did was go down into that trench for like a very brief period of time. You know, I almost hated to move the horse, but I didn't want him to stay there anymore. I am rich. I would like to thank the drowned that kept me in the ocean, that enabled me to be inspired to go and dig up all of that junk. Alright, so we've got 6 Nautilus shells here. Is that all of them that we need? Let's get a Heart of the Sea and sea. No, I need more Nautilus shells to make a conduit, so 6 is not enough. That's alright. Yeah, if I could have just gone around the horse, it would have been fine, but, you know, it wouldn't let me. It was in the way. Alright, so we'll also want a fishing rod, and we'll need to put these two together to get a mending fishing rod. And then we had one with lure somewhere, but we probably like threw it away because I said I didn't care and that I wouldn't need it. But we'll see what we can work out. And we're gonna try to redo the armor trim and see how that'll look. Yep, seems good. Oh, you know, there might be more in some other chest, for all I know. Alright, a nice simple cull of the cows gets us pretty close to the level we want. Sheep will skip. We'll go say hello to the butchers. They are pretending to be going to bed for the night, but we know that every butcher wants to buy beef in his pajamas. I've never met a butcher who is bitter about this. They all really want to do business while they're laying down. Same with leather workers. It's just a peculiarity of theirs, so it's good, you know. We definitely wouldn't want to bother anybody. I mean, if you were in the business and the price was right, why would you insist on putting on different pants before you did it? I mean, pajamas are decent pants to be wearing for commerce. If I wanted to buy or sell meat from the comfort of my own home with the click of a mouse, would I need to put on slacks, a nice vest, a pinstripe suit? No. No, I could wear pajamas with Pikachu on them. Maybe yellow, maybe blue. Maybe a mixture of both colors. It's hard to say. So can I grind off a fishing pole? Yes. And lure 2 will be the first one we get, but we can't do it because we don't have level 30. No, we do have level 30. All right, so we'll check the sword first. Looting or lure? Lure it is. Lure 2 and Unbreaking 3. We're going to make the most elite fishing pole. I don't know if lure goes to 3, but we'll find out. A trash sword roll. We're going to go ahead and make the fishing rod perfect first. 16? Yikes. Well, you know, it had to be done. It doesn't have to be done. We'll do that after we're done with trying to get the sword improvement, because we're going to go do chickens real quick. And then we'll get the great fishing pole with all the mods on it. And hopefully be able to get one on the sword too. But first I'm gonna get some gold trim here on the chest plate. Can you put it on things that aren't the chest plate, like the pants? Get gold trim on the pants. Where did I put the gold? Yeah, I know, right? Like 16 levels for that. Okay, actually, yes, it does work. So it's not just the thing. We're gonna get some gold accents, some vex accents on the pants. Oh no, that's terrible. Oh god, it's the worst. I'm gonna have to get rid of that right away. It looks absolutely awful. I made a terrible choice. It looks so bad. I can't believe that. Oh my goodness, it's awful. It's just a bad. It's a bad smithing template. We're gonna get the other one to make this more regular. I can't imagine anything that makes this look good, but it just doesn't look good, and we're gonna change it. We're not leaving that on there. We're not gonna run around in third person. We're just gonna get this fixed. Poor Alex, I can't believe I did this to her. And we're just gonna go with iron. You know, it'll be a nice iron look, and that'll be okay. We gotta quit just rolling with stuff without looking at how it's gonna look. We'll just walk around without pants right now. That's okay. Oh man. It's supposed to look like a Vex's Close design. Well, you know, I'm sure they did a very good job of it. Yeah, that's nice. See a little band around around the sides, little shorts. They move with you. That's pretty good. That's a nice little thing. Nice little color of iron. We'll do that. That is that's a-okay. We're just gonna stick with that. And it's really not important to anything that ever happened before. The interesting thing about chickens is no matter how much of this you do, they'll still keep jumping up. I mean, not no matter how much you do, but there are a lot of them in there, so we're just going to do this for a second until they quit jumping up, and then we'll decide we did it enough. Because there was a lot of cram going on earlier, and we also, I mean, filled up the whole dispenser almost, so... because, of course, the entity limit, they all have the same desire to go to a less dense area, but the adult animals have more mass. So when you're in a situation like this where you might have children, actually I think they all grew up, but there were a couple that I thought were in here, but they'll be not in a position to make their way to the top, so you can feel confident that you won't be accidentally wasting any of them there. And now back down to a nice, comfortable 500 or so chickens, so... we're just going to sell off the chicken. That'll get us a few more levels. Probably not enough for, like, one full more cycle, even after the leather, but... oh, wait, no, not the leather worker. We need the reputable Fletcher, who does his business inside of the reputable house. Hello, reputable Fletcher. That's right, no, you get a lot of experience for the feather trade. It's just a lot of hassle. Well, 35 is okay. This is going to get us 2 of the big ones out of it, and if we don't get looting, then we're still going to go off on our adventure, and we will just make a really great fishing pole. Charges 3 and sweeping edge 3, which is trash. But not enough to get us anything. Alright, well. Then we'll put that up, and these up, and that up just because. And now it is time to make the greatest fishing pole that I have ever seen. It may not be the greatest one in the world, but it's going to be a pretty great fishing pole. Are there any fishing poles with famous names? Oh, it'll be 27 to put mending on it now. But if we do it in the other order, okay. If you do it in the other order, it's a lot cheaper. Maybe that's what I did wrong. Maybe I needed to put one of the fishing rods in the other slot, and it would have been fine. So, 21 levels later, I present to you the amazing fishing rod. Luck of the C3, Lure 2, Unrigging 3, and Mending. A very fine fishing rod if ever there was one. Now, I know your first, second, and third questions. Is everything okay? Do you need that? And then, is that going to help you? Yes. Yes. And yes. Thank you for your concern. But I think we can all agree that I need the fishing pole to be as good as it is. But we are about to get back into the thick of it. Life doesn't stop just because I can't get looting 3, or because it takes 27 levels in order to get your fishing pole to be elite. And neither can I. So we're going to make our way to the canal, go back to the ocean, and start fishing there. Maybe start fighting some drowned, and, you know, because I'm still not sure if Tridents are real. But, you know, no, we've talked to all the pets so many times today. No one's feeling like we haven't spoken to Garita. We just gave him tribute and all. I was gonna say we should go say bye to all of them, but you know we're gonna get back to the grind here. Such as it is. I don't consider it a grind. And really, like, in a lot of ways, the longer it takes to accomplish a task in Minecraft, the better it is. Because if it only takes a short amount of time and then I can't do it, then I'm frustrated. What if it's just like, do something for 5 or maybe 10 hours, or maybe the rest of your natural life, and then maybe you'll get a trident. That's appealing. But I've had to learn like a specific set of parkour jumps and not say parkour while I did it. Well, then I wouldn't be able to do that. That would be too difficult. But we're just going to make our way to the ocean and see what we can do. We've got the ocean platform, which exists, whether or not we'll ever run into it again. It was kind of in the middle-ish. We got a drowned here. And another drowned here. Alright, so we're getting good pop-ins. At the very least, we're not going to be wasteful of this. Do drowned share spawns with, like, fish and stuff? Can there be, like, a maximum amount of turtles and squid and fish and drowned? Another drowned. We're going to get our boat. And by get our boat, we're going to smack it with a axe. We're not going to get into it. It's another one of those fake gravel outcroppings that looks like an archaeology site, but it's just an incidental thing, which is funny. They'd be smart, but also annoying to put them into the game on purpose looking like that. Something to draw your eyes that is meaningless. No, that's a terrible thing to do in a randomly generated sandbox game. But a fake out can be nice every once in a while. Like, am I swimming too fast? Is that the thing? Do I need to be hanging out for slightly longer? Do I need to be walking underwater only? Do I need to be walking backwards underwater only? Is that what I'm doing wrong? It's enough to make a person develop superstitions. Not really. Nothing is enough to make me develop superstitions. But I am a little stitious, though. I think we're gonna find it soon, you know. I've got a good feeling. it almost sounded true when I said it. I mean, I didn't say it feeling like it was going to sound true, but it almost sounded true. I thought it'd be an interesting test. I could cut down all the kelp in the ocean while we do this. Might take a while, but... Zombie groans. From whence? We went super fast. One thing I do like about this ocean a lot is there aren't any monuments in this little corner of it, which makes it rather a more calm place to run around than some segments of ocean that I've been in before. We're going to run by the dolphin and then with a tremendous boost of speed, fly across the ocean floor, seeing no enemies at all. As is tradition. Hi, treasure rat. Hey, there's a drown down here again. And there's some diamonds and, most importantly, trident. But is it a real trident? Or just an imaginary one? Find out on today's episode of Dragon Ball Z. I think it was just an imaginary trident again, guys. It looks like it wasn't real. But we got diamonds, so at least there's that. We're just going to strike these little redstones, get a little bit of air. And there was a magma somewhere? Nope. Nope. Alright, well... we'll go to the surface, get some air, and then drop back down for the diamonds. It's going okay. Tridents aren't real, but besides that, everything is good. I'm not upset about tridents not being real. I already had my suspicions. The dolphin acting like an absolute psychopath again, as is tradition. Alright, we had diamonds, but we lost them because of the the dolphin. Blame the dolphin for everything. Is this going to be like an entrance into an underwater cave? If it is, will they have tridents? You know, even if it was an entrance to an underwater cave, would I have torches? No, because I didn't bring any, because I wasn't supposed to need them, because I was supposed to be fighting monsters underwater who would be having tridents. I'm not upset about it. I just had a plan. No, I'm still not actually upset. I am being ironic-ish. But I'm just saying that if I built a fishing platform in the middle of the ocean, wouldn't I have come upon it by now? Just by random chance? And if I didn't, what did I think I was doing? Oh, thank you. You've never understood why I'm in third person? It is easier for me to see everything that's going on around me, which, in hardcore, for me anyway, my situational awareness is much more important than anything that ever happens in front of me. What's happening immediately around me, that's going to let me see where my feet are. If I'm going to fall down into a hole in the ground, if I'm moving quick, third person is going to give me dramatically more information than I would get from first person. If I've got 2 or 3 zombies on my tail, especially if they're small zombies. Third person's going to let me see that as I'm turning, and just a lot of stuff. It's a survivability thing. The ship does look a little bit like an egg that I have cracked, but at least we've got one more Nautilus shell. We will put it inside of the bundle and continue on hoping to find drowned zombies in the deep. And along the way, we might just find our fishing platform that I thought we built. And water too, or just like anything. So if I'm in first person, all I'm seeing is this field of view. But if I'm in third person, then it's just so much more. It feels like I see 2 times as much stuff on the screen. So if I'm traveling, you know, I'm trying to see diamonds or the glint of iron or whatever early, it just feels like I can do more while maintaining, you know, the eyes on the screen. I can't, like, mine or gather any resources properly. I farm in third person mainly. But that is almost always driving in one specific direction. Ah, hey guys, I found my fishing platform. Good news. Also, I drowned. He doesn't have anything, but it will allow us to keep track of how many drowned we've killed. Alright, I thought I found my fishing platform. There it is. Is there a spider just sitting on top of it? The temerity. You didn't build that, spider. Alright, and a drowned. The good news is we've got a ton of rotten flesh, which I don't want. My goodness! Have you guys seen this bird? It's stuck all the way out here. He's doing fine. If I was a trident... Alright, we've got a drowned with nothing here. Alright, well, time to fish a little bit. That'll be fun. You know, with the luck of the sea, we've gotten a salmon, so that's always nice. It actually seems pretty quick now with this lure on there. Of course, that's just a small sample, but if we get one in this moment right now? No. Alright, you still gotta wait a little bit. You still gotta wait forever. It was just an illusion that those earlier two were close together. There we go. Well, we are getting plenty of fish. When did I start playing Minecraft? I started playing Minecraft in the middle of June this year. My best moment in Minecraft, in retrospect, I would have to say it's the moment I met Garuda, my pet chicken. He's not really a chicken, but if you don't know who he is, that's the only way I can describe it. He just looks like a chicken. He's my best friend in the game, and he fell in through the roof on hardcore video number 6. But I've had a lot of good moments in hardcore Minecraft, and in Minecraft in general. But I think meeting him was the best one. What about you? A name tag? You can get a name tag from fishing? Well, now we've got a name tag. And a bow? A bow with power 4. That's actually quite a nice bow. I mean, I don't need it, but I could hold on to it because maybe one day I'll want a bow that doesn't have fiery arrows. But I think my second favorite moment in Minecraft was I had this, I don't know what they're called. They're what I call the terracotta ruins. It was underneath a spruce thing, you know, it's got the tower and all the different, like, terracotta. I did a glaze thing, I called it the Terracotta Museum. But, like, whenever I finally dug that whole thing out and expanded out the ocean and put the glass wall in, before I, like, finalized it, but when I just finally dug it all out and, like, put it in under glass and all, like, that was a great moment for me. I felt like I had done a great job, like, telling myself the story of this site. And then after I made the video about it, where I talked about it in sort of like a giddy anthropology student sort of framing, and then someone's like, "Oh yeah, you were supposed to use the brush on all the stuff. That's why you think they don't have all these, like, pottery artifacts." Because I was, like, arguing from the absence of it, but I had actually destroyed the evidence through carelessness and neglect, which is pretty funny and very archaeology of me. Oh, I have to walk into the fish to pick it up? We're just gonna try one more fishing thing here, and it's another pufferfish, and that's okay. We're gonna throw the fish into the bundle. Because it's about time to go swimming, and we'll want some inventory space. You set up an auto clicker to give you mending books. I just got a guy that I named Bald Rapunzel, and I convinced him to live in a house, and then I convinced him to be a mending librarian. probably as easy as setting up a program, and a lot more fun. I just want a trident. Yeah, something like that, you know, everyone plays it a different way, but I would just, like, at that level of not playing it, I would just either not play it or not do that at all. I could see myself doing it, like, one time. Ah, so it was a way to play without being able to play. I see. An Enderman whoops ominously, but none of those sounds were drowned, so we're not going to worry about it. How long till nightfall? Just 2 minutes. Get 200 pages of work and you're at 50 out of 200? Well, sounds like you've got some to get cracking on for sure. Rain falls on the surface of the ocean. Boy, are our arms tired from going back and forth. You know, maybe tridents aren't real. I don't want to believe that. But maybe I'll have to believe it overnight. Because with no way to prove that tridents are real, and I have no way to prove that they're real. None at all. How could I ever confidently state that they were? Not able to. The water's real. I know that. I'm in the water. Maybe I need to go to another region. No, I can't prove it doesn't exist, but I can make myself stop thinking that maybe it doesn't. Oh, you believe it's real? Well, that means I have to keep on going. We've got dolphin speed. It's gonna bash our head against the wall. A good thing we didn't take damage there. That would be an embarrassing way to go out. The diamond helm would not be able to protect you from damage. This is the earlier area. Yeah, of course it is. We're not going to find two that look like this in the same region. Probably got all the diamonds, but you know, we're going to swim around again. There could be drowned, and it's so very pretty. That's lapis, not diamonds. The dirt is promising. We're just gonna drop the whole ocean on them. Alright, let's see what kind of area we got here. Redstone. Zombies. Light source, how? Just an annoying, weird, under the ocean cave, nothing cool. Yep. This is pretty interesting. So many of them are like broken right in the middle. And it really does very much seem as though they're support beams, even though they're not. Well, yes, I know it's rare to get, but we have thus far killed 136 drowned, which isn't enough to say it doesn't exist, but it is enough for me to joke about it not existing. It's definitely that many. But we'll just head on home for the night. It's past my bedtime. It's sort of okay because we don't have work tomorrow, but still need to be wrapping it up all the same. But, you know, this will give me something to do tomorrow. Did I really want to be successful? No. No, I didn't. I wanted to be able to milk this idea for all it was worth. I wanted to sit in the ocean and fish for 10 hours. I wanted to kill 4,000 drowned zombies for one trident. I'm not joking. That actually... Look, if you told me all I had to do was definitely kill 4,000 and I would get one at the last one, that would be motivating enough for me. That would not make me feel like it was pointless. It's only if you said that maybe at the end I still wouldn't get it that I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe that's not a good enough rate. But I do plan on streaming tomorrow. It's another day off for me, so gonna be trying to do the same old thing. Only we'll certainly be trying for a trial ruin tomorrow too. But we're going to be trying a lot for this. Treasure Rat, you say one of my videos says something with a lot of wheat. Oh, yes. I try actually to have understatement. So if it's a video that says it's a lot of wheat, what I really mean is tens of thousands of wheat. And without hyping it too much, I just really hope you check it out and look at it because I'm very proud of my wheat fields. That is not in this world. That is in my my survival world. Drowned gurgles? Well, that is interesting. Oh. He's just got hands. That's not that interesting. Any other drowned one to gurgle? Nope. Alas. Yeah, no, I have 3 wheat field videos. The first one's called, like, I think it's Farm of Reasonable Size. And then there's Vast Wheat Field, and then Immense Wheat Field. And they go in that order. And in a month or so, maybe I'll have another one, but maybe not. I have not planted, like, any wheat, really, lately. I've just been playing hardcore so much. You know what I meant. It's not that interesting. Anybody could have hands. Not just anybody could have a trident. So, before we end, do any of you want to guess if I've personally ever had a trident of some kind and used it for some purpose? The answer may surprise you. We got the seeds for the boss. Good old Garuda. You say no, and you say yes. I was King Neptune in the SpongeBob movie. No. I have used a trident. We didn't call it a trident. There's a way you hunt frogs called frog gigging, and it is a thing that you do in the South if you're a specific kind of I live in the country person. So yeah, we used to go and gig frogs, and you had a little, it looked like a hoe shaft, but it had a little trident on the end, and that is how you would hunt the frogs. And you could fry up frog legs in a pan with some butter and salt, and they were quite delicious. A bit of a delicacy. And yeah, we had that little trident on the wall of the shed by all the other, tools and implements. So, something about me you didn't know. That you can hunt frogs in Arkansas, and they're considered to be delicious. Also, you can have this sort of voice and accent, and still be a little kid that grew up out in the country, milking goats and gigging frogs. So, I mean, no, it wasn't huge. It was just a little trident. I mean, it's like maybe like the palm of a hand total, small tines. It didn't make me look like Neptune or anything, but you could like walk around with it and pretend. But it's about time for the video to end, and you know what time it is then. It's time for the dance party. Oh, Bella's just pushing Luca around. Bella hated his dance. Oh my goodness, this is such Such her behavior. She didn't like Luca dancing, so she shoved him away so he couldn't dance anymore. I've never seen a cat in a video game act more like a cat. Alright, there we go. Nope, Luca, come on, man. Bella's not sorry she'll do it again, but it's okay. They're both sitting on the box. Oh, they just wanted a clear, unobstructed view. Come on, Luca, dance. Come on, buddy. No? What if can I shove you over a little bit? Yeah. Come on, buddy. Come on. Luca's sad. Luca's sad because Bella's just like shoving him around everywhere. But it's okay. Outfits. I mean, come on, Luca. Come on, buddy. Okay, there we go. He's not so sad anymore. But we're not going to start the whole song over again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, guys. I really got to stop the stream. I've been keeping it up a little bit too late. But I really hope you've enjoyed this episode of trying to determine whether or not tridents are real. It's still up in the air. Sid points out that I can't be sure. And I'll never be able to be sure unless I have a trident in my hand. But what I can be sure of is that I'm having a really good time still. And I wanted to thank you guys for watching, for listening, for your comments, and your suggestions and advice. Really keeps me going through all of the Trident-related hardships that I undergo in this video game. Y'all have a good night, sleep well, unless you don't intend to, and in the morning and tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, I should be streaming. So I hope that I'll see you in some of those, or you can catch the VOD, and we'll be able to figure out if Tridents are real, what Trial Ruins look like, and whether or not a name tag ever gets put on any of the other dogs. Because I have a name tag now, so it really could go either way. We could also start naming allays, and that could be fun, you know. But we've got a whole day tomorrow to think about that. Tonight, I'm going to try to go to sleep and not be haunted by visions of tridents. It's going to be tough. See you guys.